guys, I'm sorry for the lighting. It's just a really late right now, and I wanted to get this video up because it's something that I'm truly passionate about, but it's also like really hot here, and really late, so if I happen to be just a little bit off, it's probably because I have a little bit of heat stroke. But anyway, I wanted to get this up for you, so enough with the excuses. I want to talk about accessible, or what is more commonly known as handicap parking. I had a situation a couple of years ago that was very interesting, and I think informs what I have been seeing lately going around with this misconception of who can use the accessible parking stalls and what they're really meant for. And a few years ago, my friend and I went bowling or somewhere on Saturday night, and I had asked her if she would mind putting up my placard, so the accessible parking placard, the wheelchair sign thing. We call it accessible parking here just because it's a more inclusive word. And she said, "Oh, you want to use your slacker?" And I said, "Yes, I want to use my slacker," and we kind of laughed. And she put it up, and I said, "It's called a placard." I will see if I can link to the Instagram post that I had put up about it when it happened. I really think that sort of speaks volumes to what I'm about to speak about. And that basically is, please, if you do not need the spot that is designated for accessible parking for persons with disabilities, do not just use it because people who do need it, like myself at times, do need it. If, for instance, I live somewhere where it's cold and it's very hard on my joints to walk long distances in the cold, I have temperature issues with my CP. So in the cold, I will almost always use the parking slip, sign, whatever you want to call it, placard, and like shamelessly. And to some people, it might seem like common sense, right? Don't use the spot because it's not for you. And I really don't want to seem like I'm, doing this whole us versus them thing, because I'm not. I'm just saying, please think about what you're doing if you don't absolutely need the spot, because you can park in the spot that's right beside that spot that isn't necessarily labeled accessible parking, but is just as close. And to that end, too, I am just going to say, whether the accessible parking notification signage is on the pavement or in front of the stall as a sign, does not matter. It is still an accessible parking stall, and you cannot just park there. There might be a misconception about that going around right now, but I just want to reiterate, no, you cannot just park there, and if you do, you might get a ticket, so I really don't want you guys to have to get tickets um, or anything else like that, because who would want to spend like money that you don't have to spend? You could have parked possibly, just to the left or to the right. And I don't use the accessible parking spots all the time because I know my days, and I know when I am more able to do the longer distances. So I will leave them for other people. And I truly, truly feel passionately about this because I've been in situations with my friends who don't have that choice because maybe they use a power chair or something, and we have to circle the parking lot for 10, 15, 20 minutes or longer, and even park in other areas just so they can get out safely. So that you might notice that there are different sizes of parking stalls, and so I'm just gonna say real quick, the larger parking stall is for, at least in my side of the world, it's usually meant for vans that are converted, that have the ramps, because they need more space. So if you do have a disability and you do need to use those stalls, and you can park in a smaller spot, that, at least in my corner of the world, is more acceptable. But if you have to park in the middle of a larger spot too, that's completely doable and seeable, and yeah. But I don't want to seem like I'm calling anybody out or anything, but please, 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 please think about the people who need those spots, because there is nothing more frustrating than trying to find a spot when you really need one on a really bad day. And to those people who are going to say, oh, well, this girl's bitching about something that, sorry for the language, that she, gets for free, and why would she even be talking about this? I did not ask for my disability, and 90% of people didn't ask for their disability. It is a card that you're dealt, and so you deal with what you are dealt in the way that you're able to deal with it. And I've seen this a lot lately, so I wanted to, say my piece, and bring on the hate comments, because I know I'm going to get some, but I just felt that this needed to be said. So I will see you tomorrow, guys.